God bless you all once again. Just it's a blessing to be here. It's a blessing to be able to bring you another lesson, another tutorial this week. It is a song that has blessed me, and I hope that in this time of uncertainty during this pandemic that you are safe, and just understand that and remember that everything that happens for a reason. God is in control of everything that happens, whether we like it or not, whether it's in our favor or not. He is in control, and He has the last word in everything. Okay, so today's song is "Have My Heart" with Chandler Moore and Chris Brown from Maverick Music, and the song is on a key of B. Okay, and let's dive right into the intro. So on my left hand for the intro, I'm playing just two chords because the two chords for the intro is B and E, both majors in this scale. So I'm playing B, F sharp, B, and then I'm going E, B, E, and just going back and forth. And every once in a while, I do play that last note again. It just kind of reinforces it, and it also adds onto the riff that I'll be playing on my right hand, and it kind of helps fill in the little gaps in between the riff. On my right hand, I'm playing F sharp, B, C sharp, and I'm playing those three notes. There's like a pattern to it. I'll try to slow it down as much as I can, but there's a pattern to that while I'm switching the notes on my right hand, on my left hand. I'm sorry. So I'm going. So it is a little tricky, but you can. You can play with those three notes till you get something that sounds comfortable to you. You can always dumb it down, I guess, for lack of a better term. Um, you know, and that's totally fine as well. So let's go into the verse. So the verse starts off with the one of the B scale, which is B major, and I'm playing a B2 version of it. And instead of playing it like this, I'm playing it here. So on my left hand, I have B and F sharp, and on my right hand, I have B, C sharp, D sharp. And the song is obviously a little too high for me, so I'm not really gonna try to sing it. But and then what they're doing on the piano is they're playing the melody line for those first two lines right behind the singer. So and then you can go to the G sharp minor. For the G sharp minor, you can always play the octave there, but I would recommend playing an F sharp instead of actually playing the G sharp as an octave. So you'll have G sharp, D sharp, F sharp, and on the right hand you can play the same chord you played previously, which is B, C sharp, D sharp. And the reason why I would have the seven here on my left hand as opposed to playing the one is because this line and the previous line have the same melody. So you'll also be going. And then your next line goes to an F sharp, so you'll have F sharp, C sharp on your left hand. On your right hand, you'll have a regular F sharp major chord, which is F sharp, B flat, C sharp. I'll give you everything. So everything, you can omit that G sharp so it doesn't sound too muddy when when you go to that C sharp minor. So I have C sharp minor, or I have just a C sharp on my left hand doing the octaves, and then on my right hand I have an inversion of that same chord. So I have E, G sharp, C sharp. I'll give you everything. I'll give you everything. And then here we go to an E, but between the E and C sharp minor there is a passing chord. So I'll give you everything. I'll give you everything. So you can keep it simple and just do a D sharp on your left hand, obviously doing the octave. And then on your right hand you have an F sharp and a B. And if you look at it, it's really B over D sharp. Just this second D sharp here completes the chord that you would play with your right hand. Or you can also add it up here if you would like, but if you want to keep it simple, you can do that and then go to the E. And when you go to this E, I have E, B, E on my left hand, and my right hand kind of overlaps the same E, and I have E, G sharp, B. And then the second part of the verse is the same way, so I'll play it all together for you. After you do that twice around, you're going to play the same thing for both verses. They're exactly the same, and then we go to the chorus. So on the chorus, you would want to go, instead of just going straight to the B major, you'll play F, B and F sharp on your left hand. On your right hand, you'll play B, C sharp, E, and then this E will go down to C sharp, to D sharp, I'm sorry. And the reason for doing that is it's not just because it looks cool or it may sound cool, but it's also the melody and what they're actually singing. And then you're gonna go on your right hand, C sharp, D sharp, F sharp, and back down to C sharp. On your left hand, when you go, when you get to that F sharp, you want to play the G sharp with the octaves on your left hand, because the song itself, they go 1, which is B, 6, 5, which is G sharp, F sharp. So it's a really quick move between the G sharp minor and the F sharp. So you'll have to also just do that really quickly. So and when you go to that F sharp major, you will be there a little longer than the other notes. So there you can actually play an F sharp major chord on your right hand. So F sharp, B flat, C sharp, and on your left hand you'll play F sharp and C sharp. You can have my heart, you can have my heart. The same thing you played at the end of the verse, you're gonna play at the end of the chorus. So it'll be the same C sharp minor, that transition to go to E. So and then we go into the second verse, which is a little different from the first one. So going into the second verse, it's very similar to the first one. It is shorter, half the amount of time of the first one. What's different on it is when they finish those first 2 lines and they repeat it on the piano as like what the melody is one is actually a higher octave than the second one. So it's the same thing, but I'll just play it over for you and then I'll explain what I did. So So the same thing, you'll play the same chords, But after Chris Brown does the first line, "Be the Lord of my emotion," you'll do the backup on the piano, and then you'll come right back to that G sharp minor, and then you'll do the same thing here, but at the original octave that we did it before. Back to the chorus. And now we go to the bridge. So the next part we'll be going to is the bridge. And the bridge, you'll be playing on your left hand something similar to what you played previously, which was in the intro. But you do have to add that part. My heart is yours forever. And you can play the F sharp with that. So my heart is yours forever. You'll want to add that, and it's what they're playing in the melody. On your left hand, you'll be playing just two. You're playing two different chords in a sense, but you're only moving one finger. So you're going from D sharp and B to E and B. Just those two. So you'll be playing. My heart is yours forever. My heart is yours forever. It's a little tricky. My heart is yours forever. And then you repeat that a few times, and then it switches to the "If you want my heart, you got it, you got it, you got it." Okay, so now, it does change a bit, this Chris Brown part. So it does go, "If you want my heart, you got it, you got it, you got it. If you want my heart." Here you're gonna play a G sharp on your left hand as opposed to the E and B. So if you want my dream, you got it, you got it. And then you're gonna play an F sharp. You can play the same F sharp you played before. So just F sharp on your left hand with the octaves, and then C sharp, F sharp, B flat. So I'll play it for you. So it'll be, you got it, you got it, you got it, want my heart. And then you go back to that same part, back to the first note. You got it, you got it. And this time, instead of just going to a G sharp on your left hand, you're gonna play a G sharp minor chord on your right hand as well. So you'll be playing. So it's similar to the, so just think about going to the E major. You're just gonna move this E down to a D sharp, which is a G sharp minor, and then you go to the F sharp. You can have that C sharp there, or you can omit it. And then the next line changes again. If you want my heart. So now you just go to a B major. And I like to always add an extra note or two. So I have the two here. So I have B and F sharp on my left hand. On my right hand I have B, C sharp, D sharp, F. That sounds like another song, but we're not going to get into that. So, if you want my heart, you got it. So here I have a C sharp minor 9. So I have the C sharp as an octave on my left hand. On my right hand I have B, D sharp, E, G sharp. Which I can also, but if this is more comfortable, you can always move that around. So if you want my heart, you the B slash D sharp. I'm playing a different inversion just because of where I'm already at. It's just easier to play that inversion. So I have the D sharp on my left hand, and on my right hand I'm playing B, D sharp, F sharp, and then you can add that octave again. And then we go to the E. So here I expanded a little bit. I've kind of opened up as well. So I have E, B, E on my left hand. My right hand I have B, E, F sharp, G sharp, B. So if you have my heart, and then it changes yet again. And now you're gonna play, instead of going back to that 1, your bass is actually gonna go to the 5, which is F sharp in this case. Your right hand will go back to that B. If you want my heart, which I love. So you have F sharp on left hand, and then your right hand you can play a regular B major or B2. So you have B, C sharp, F sharp, and then you go back to that C sharp minor as you did in the previous line. You want my heart, you got it, you got it. You go back to the chorus. So we're gonna play the whole section of "If You Want My Heart" out with all the changes that it has. From there you go back to the chorus. They do have another change in the chorus, so I will be teaching you that next. So when you go back to the chorus, they play it around the first time the regular way. So you can have my heart, you can have my change it to so instead of going to that 1 to they're gonna go to the 6, and then you can play G sharp, D sharp, G sharp, and on your left hand you can play a B major chord. So you have B, D sharp, F sharp, and then there's a quick change that they do. So they go here, you can go E. And on your right hand you have you have G sharp, B, C sharp, E, and then you jump up to the F sharp. So regular time, one time. twice. You go play it again regular one time, and then the next time again they would do the have my heart, have my heart. And then you go back to that same riff you did before. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Maverick Music, you guys are doing a great job. Your songs bless us week after week. And again, if you haven't, please remember to subscribe, like this, leave a comment below, and turn on your notifications, as I will be bringing out more videos and more tutorials. So hope you're all blessed. Have a great day.